You've heard of mindfulness, I know. Maybe you're even rolling your eyes a little bit. Maybe you've heard about it too much. Um, Look, I think I just want to share a little bit of information with you about mindfulness because it might not be what you think it is. So let's check it out. Mindfulness, or this practice of being present and fully engaged in the current moment without judgment, has been widely studied for its benefits in reducing stress and enhancing emotional regulation and improving overall well being. And for victim advocates, incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine can foster self awareness, some emotional balance, maybe even a renewed sense of purpose. So let's talk about some of the benefits. One, I've already mentioned, is reducing stress and preventing burnout. Seems to me that is something a lot of advocates would benefit from. Mindfulness can lower those cortisol levels, that stress hormone, and help promote a calmer state of mind, which can be hugely beneficial. I've also mentioned the possibility that mindfulness can strengthen our emotional regulation. So, again, we've said many times advocates experience a wide range of emotions, from anger at the system or grief while people are suffering and all sorts of things. And without proper emotional regulation, those feelings can become really overwhelming. A moment ago, I used this hand gesture to indicate that they can feel like a roller coaster ride sometimes, and that can really exhaust us. So, mindfulness is this practice that allows us to recognize and accept emotions without becoming consumed by them. And that's one benefit that a lot of people find. Another benefit that is really common from practicing mindfulness over time is that people often find they can focus better, which I'm sure you can imagine is really helpful in your conversations with clients if you're not daydreaming or thinking about something from 10 minutes ago or worried about something an hour from now, but you're right there in the moment focused. And it very likely will make you a better listener. Because again, if you're really right there with somebody and you're not thinking about the past or thinking about the future, but you're right in the moment, well, you can't help but be a better listener if you're doing that. There's even some evidence that practicing mindfulness can help us with things like compassion fatigue and vicarious trauma and burnout. So, a lot of those things that we worry about a great deal may be lessened or reduced if we're practicing some mindfulness. I also think there is some evidence that practicing mindfulness can help bring us back to our purpose and our values as advocates by taking a moment to slow down and not get caught up in the day-to-day BS of the work sometimes, the paperwork or the meetings or the emails, or there's somebody yelling at you. But by not getting caught up in all that and taking a moment to just pause and reflect on, what am I doing here? What is this work that I'm called to do? Why do I do it? What can I achieve today? And what do I feel pulled to do in this moment right now? That kind of practice and training your mind to think about your work in that way can definitely help you remember your purpose without getting caught up in some of the nonsense that happens in any workplace, in any place. So, I encourage you to try some of this out. What we have in the course for you is a page that has a written guided meditation for anybody who might want to download it and save it and have that for yourself. But also, we have one that is freely available on YouTube from Calm. You might be familiar with the Calm app. I'm going to put that in the course. You'll see that as you move forward so that you can practice while someone is guiding you through it. And that one has nice ocean sounds and all, so it might feel quite nice to do. That one's only about 10 minutes. In the resources section, all the way at the end of this course, where I'm going to pop in lots of things that you might want to do on your own time, I'm also going to add a mindfulness video that I found on YouTube that is designed, I think it's called Mindfulness for those who are involved in domestic violence or surviving a domestic violence situation, something like that. But it's long, so I didn't want it to be a required part of this course for you to finish the course. I think it's like 25 minutes long, and it may not apply to you. You know, you're here as an advocate, so it might be something that applies more to a client or to a friend, but it was a resource I thought you should have. So I will include it as a resource so that you could check it out some other time and just always have it, but that'll be at the very end of the course. The one that you're going to see coming up next is the short one from YouTube from the Calm app. Thanks, folks.